this is Leda Narayan from Canada. Happy Labor Day. Today is September 6th, Labor Day for all of us. I'm sure you're enjoying your Labor Day. And I just want to let you know today is Labor Day. This day, I usually invite all of my friends or they come and check my backyard garden because I usually spend a lot of time over the summertime to make it a better place to come and meet up with my friends. So I was thinking I wanted to share my garden. How does it look like to my friends who could not come this year, obviously because of the COVID. So I hope you're ready for seeing my garden. മാനമേ ഒരു രാഗമേഘം താ. So I'm just going to start with my pergola that my husband made for me, and I used two planter boxes he created. So what I did was this year I really wanted to have a good place to sit and enjoy my 2-month vacation, and this is the only time I can take care of my planting and take care of all things that I can do for improving my yearly gardening work. So what I did was I created this planter and then I pre-ordered some of my plants by closely looking at what combination of flowers I want this year. So I ordered online. It came in front of my house from the greenhouse garden. So you can take a look at. I have a combination of different colors and different types of plants, and then I put them all in here in the same pot of the green holder of this plant. So it was good. They're all uniformed and they gave plants flowers really nicely this year. So you can start from here. You can see I have a colored one. So, and all this little plants that can invite butterflies. And then you can see a bunch of petunias. And I have the small petunias. And then the large version I have in different colors too. Purple, rose, and then my large petunias are here. They are um, again multicolored, so they just hang around. And this is the day that I see my plants are weakening from the growth that they had over the springtime. They're getting ready for the colder weather. They know they can't produce more flowers anymore, so you can just have a look at, they're just get winding up now. And today is a very windy day, and you see the wind around, and we got a little bit of drizzling. And you see this different types of plants over here. So I also have planted uh, my cannas. I have yellow canna right here in my deck, in my backyard, because I always loved the yellow flowers. So then I have dahlias. There were plentiful of flowers. They're just getting ready for the fall season. They go a little brittle and get ready to hibernate. And then I have begonias. You see the begonias, they are in different colors. This one is particularly white, and you can see a lot of pollens. And the one of the best flowers that I had in my backyard was the lilies. And these lilies are a combination of look and fragrance. We can enjoy the lilies every time when you're coming out of the house, and you can feel that they're really rich with that subtle fragrance. It'll keep you really happy. And just close to my kitchen, I created a bunch of fence, a bunch of plants with honeysuckle. The honeysuckle is really a good choice for anyone because it gives you subtle fragrance that seeps in through the window to your home, and sitting at the window during the evening time is really a happy occasion. So you can also invite the hummingbird and butterflies because hummingbird loves this flower. And if you have children at home, They will do an inquiry on what time, how the hummingbirds are coming, and they will be so interested in learning about different things happening around the plant. And you take a look at here, I have a lot of begonias here. So some of them are bloomed already. It was a little bit late to bloom, but you can take a look at, they are multi-layered. It's beautiful, very thick. And I seen it in one of the city centers where they have a huge bouquet of begonias planted. So I thought maybe this is another plant you would love to have in your garden. Amaranthus with the different colors. I got this very unique color, so I'm looking forward to grow them again next year. And I have yellow hibiscus plant and some Chinese balsam, and then obviously the most um, famous marigold. And they are just here. Okay, you can just peek in through it. I got two kinds of marigold. One is that color. The other one is at the back. You can see them. They are hiding just close to the window. I put them very close to the window so I have a good look when I'm sitting in my couch in my family room. So they're really pretty. And you can see which has the sandalwood color. And this one is the begonia in there with the patches of white and red, blood red. So nice. And I never thought this can be really um, lusciously grown in pots. So I got all the bulbs over this springtime, and it was all ordered online. The beautiful dahlia that, and also some of the petunias. I kept it on the edge, so I have a welcome feeling when I get out of my backyard duck. And then I have some cannas that I grew in containers. I will be moving them indoor, and then cannas love indoor just to grow. They will be growing till the roof size, and then you will enjoy the green leaves during the winter months. So as you take a look at, let's go and see some of the other layers of plants I created at the fence. And I'm just going to walk you through my garden, and I'll be taking a turn to the right and meet you up in the front layer where I put more plants. So now I'm here. Okay, this is the best plant that I ever planted. It's called honeysuckle. And I showed you some, I put it in the corner on trellis. They are actually white in color, beautiful to look at because they're all going to be blanketed. And this is the second batch of flowers. They're not um, as curious to produce another bunch because they're already done during the springtime. And these are, when you take a look at, these are um, the plants that produce flowers early spring. They call listeria. And actually, if you wanted to see how does it look like in spring, you will not be able to see even a single leaf. They'll be all bloomed. If they are happy, they will be bloomed with purple flowers. And it's beautiful to have a look. And I created different layers here. I have plants on the upper layer, and all the begonias are here. They're getting burned by the sunlight. It was really warm this August in Canada, and especially in Ontario, we were really having a warm summer. And I have all the dahlias. It comes in different colors, starting from yellow, orange, and yellow again, and the pure red. And then you take a look at the Begonias. Begonias are so pretty. And this is my this year invention. So I'm just going to continue using the same plant by winterizing the rhizomes. So when you take a look at the begonia, soap powder or some paper and wrap in a wax paper so they will be alive for the next year. So then you can plant them just before the spring. I created a good small pocket of place where I have a hammock, And I also have flowers on, it was actually flowered already. They're given enough dahlia and lilies, and then all this pergola in the forefront. They are actually giving you another look of a garden when you're resting in the hammock. This is a place that I can sit and read and feel relaxed by looking at my garden from a different perspective than that the backyard. So when I go through the backyard, I can see my hammock and attached to two big trees over there. And I'm just going to take you to my friend yard, which has a lot of flowers. I'm hoping that you will love that. Ready? Okay, come. See, those plants are going to be my best group of indoor plants. And these are the jasmine. Who doesn't love jasmine? I'm sure you all love it. They are enjoying the beauty of the summer because they really want that escape from the indoor all through the winter. They suffer through it, all this waiting for the spring. When the spring comes, when it is almost warmed up, they are ready to go outside. And here again, my honeysuckle, the plant that invites hummingbird, where you would have a wonderful backyard with all the animals living close by. Okay, I'm just going to take you to the side garden that I have created. It was a little hard to go through all the places at one go, but I'm going to try to show the best I have. I have a trail here with rows that can actually climb. Rows can be climbers, and they produce countless flowers. They do have some batch left over before they get ready for the winter. When they are when they know the winter is close by, they stop. Then we need to start pruning them, make them ready for the next year growth. And I have another trail over here with a um, with another rose plant. And here I have beautiful plant with has a really subtle smell, has a good fragrance. When they smell, you can come and sit around, you feel like so freshen up. And this can be easily grown. Just going to collect all the seeds for the next year so that I have all ready for them to have a boundary between the main plants, so they can be around the fence or corner where you think it's impossible to have another plant to be grown. Okay, see, another one that I really fond of is the peonies. Peonies are very famous because, and I think peonies are very famous in China. They cultivated a lot of different varieties. Peonies are very attractive and they're all blue. They will bloom in the beginning of the spring, bringing that laughter and joy to any homes. So they are rose peonies. Then I have another peony with a lot of petals, and then in the middle, a lot of hairy looking structure that was really pretty. But you can take a look at these peonies are getting ready for winterizing. So they turn sort of grayish, and these are the plant that I put for the fence. So they don't need to be treated or taken well care of. They just give you plentiful flowers. So same way peonies, once they establish their root, so it's beautiful costa. Costas during the spring they give a lot of foliage, and when it is time for them to bloom, they give pretty flowers as well. So they look really, yeah, they do have good fragrance. I never tried. Do you want to try? Here you go. So that's it. So the peonies come in different. These are all like a really bouquet type of peonies. I probably will show. Add some pictures of these flowers in the video because they are already done, ready for hibernation. So the yellow rose I have, it was full of flowers. I'm trying to think to create a pergola here and create another nook in my garden where I can sit in my porch and then watch them. I'm just waiting for them to grow a little bit more older and with a little bit more heights. So I'm just going to walk you to my beautiful flower bed here. This is something that I organize only for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. All these aster flowers bloom together. And the beauty of this is that you have plenty full of flowers in different colors. This time, majority of my flowers are red, so but they do come in purple or violet and in rose, and they are in different colors, but majority of them are red. What I do is these flowers, I actually use them bunches of flowers together and make a flower bouquet and give it to somebody during the fall when we meet up in the workplace. Especially when I am in my classroom, my students always get bouquet of flowers as the very first day gift from a teacher. That's the only reason I plan. They are all rounder. The way you put, you just saw the seeds, they occupy, they use the space. Even though other plants are there, they give you the best bloom. So ester is actually really a good plant for your garden, for any garden. So the best other plant is the yellow rose, my favorite. It can, you can actually smell it. Do you smell it? See? Good, right? Yeah, they're really lovely and you can smell it and it gives you, you wanted to smell it all day long. And I try to put them all on my hair so that I can save it for the later time. So you can see these are all it comes all through the year, which means they are not annuals, they are perennials. You don't need to put a lot of efforts to grow them, they grow on their own. And once in a while, you need to water them. But you would get bunches of flowers any week. But right now, they're in a hibernation mode. It's not a good time to photograph them because you can take a look at they are all little bit turned into brownish at the edge of the leaves, which tells that the plant recognized it's going to be cooler and cooler later on. So they wanted to make sure that they stop the growth and go back into hibernation. And I can see the Astra plants are actually so pretty. Astras are always pretty, and then you always underestimate how much happiness one can create because of that Astra. See, they are very pretty. That then when you take a look at these plants, they're all in a line. They are hydrangea, and they are perennials. Every year they come. They come with white flower, and you can see some of them are still growing. The inflorescence, the flower bouquet is keep growing, and they turn to be very white. And once they're done, it turns into a little bit pinkish. You can see the pinkish, and they dry off just the way that is here. I left some of the dry flowers last year to see how the combination of white and uh, the last year flower look like. I wish I should have removed all the last year flower. Maybe next year I will nip them all before the new bunches of flowers come out. So these hydrangea doesn't need a lot of care, but they really give you good fragrance. You can still feel them because the perfume is so subtle, not too strong, and it gives you a feel of okay, I'm sitting in the middle of the garden. So I love this hydrangea or the perennial one. You can always find them in the nurseries. The last one, my most important plant, is the geranium. The geranium are always pretty when you put in a planter box. So my husband made a beautiful planter box, and I always keep my geranium in it. Is their special place. What's important about this plant is that this plant, what you look at, they all will be dead by the beginning of the November. The reason why? In November, it'll be cold. The very first of frost, the geranium will die. So you may want to make sure that you can keep them indoor, or you can actually you can wrap them in a waxy or towels, and you add some dry paper, and you can prune a little bit, and then you wrap them around, and then hide them in a very dark place where it's not going to be frozen. So when you done that, the next spring, you can actually take them back, put them in a bucket of water. Ta-da! They just grow stronger than the previous year. So my this geranium is 2 years old. This one is 4 years old, the red one. So you can assume that every year you buy geranium, you don't have to throw them away. You can save them again next year. And this is my garden. I hope you really enjoyed. And if you really wanted to ask me more questions, I can give you more specific information about any of the plants. And this is my passion. It's just for 2 months or maybe maximum 3 months, July to August. Now, when I get back to my work in September, I have to forget all of my children. These are my plants. I hope you enjoyed. And all my friends, even though you could not see my garden this year, I hope you really love seeing it. And I tried videotaping as much as I could. And I hope I can show you next year directly when I invite you. I hope COVID will be gone by then. Till then, bye. Thank you so much for watching.